Do any of you do any impressions?
I used to do Dame Edna Everage.
No.
I did, but I haven't done it for about 10 years now. Oh, I don't even know if I could do it now. It would probably sound awful. Can you do one?
Only a few.
Only a few. Oh, only a few.
I can do Kenneth Williams.
Go on then.
No, oh no, stop it.
Impressions are sometimes funny because there's like a caricature, exaggerated movement of ourselves. But it depends who does it, you know, maybe 90% of times it's not good. Like when I do impression of someone, it's really bad. Like doing, you know, David Beckham. It's got on like that, you know, it's a kind of geezer from downtown, you know, South London, innit?
No, I'm afraid I can't do an impression of Naomi Campbell.
That one? Just like that, just like that. Just like that.
No, I can't do an impression of Kate Moss either, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Doing her just like that, shall we? Just like that. Or just like that, just like that.
What I hate is when people do that bloody taxi driver, Robert De Niro. Talking to me, shut up! You know, it's so overdone, it's unbelievable.
This is Robert De Niro as a New York cop. Give me one donut, 2 coffees. Okay, make that heavy on the mayo. I could do a Scouser.
I think Julia Roberts would be quite an American voice. Holy, how are you today? How are things going? That would be my impression of Julia Roberts.
I always laugh at the bloody goat. Oh, that sort of thing, yeah. Oh, aye.
Kippers, they're good, and I think they sound like this.
Well, then there's a bloody chicken.
Chicken is one of my best. I don't know why I'm so good at doing it, and I ain't bragging now, but I just am good at doing that chicken noise. And it goes like this. I don't really do animal sounds like that. I got the wife to do all that, see? Hey?
Come on, have a go. Do a goldfish.
Oh, what? Do one of they, I suppose.
As long as you don't think you're kissing me like that, there's another thing going.
It's just the faces you're making when you do
Yeah,
it.
but it's very hard not to make a face when you do the chicken impression.
I do a pig.
Can I pass me a tissue? My nose is curling. Quick.
Flamingo.
A cockatoo.
A cockatoo.
I think
cockatoo
they
or
have a cockatoo.
a cockatoo or a cockatiel? What's the difference?
A cockatoo.
It's one's
Animal
a man, one's a woman.
Magic. What was the guy called?
Johnny Morris.
Johnny Morris.
Yeah,
Oh, I used to remember that.
Oh, he was
Johnny
good.
Morris.
Well, that was to do all the impressions.
Was that a cockatoo?
Oh, cockatiel. I don't know what
Cockatoo
the
or
difference is then.
cockatiel?
Cockatiel.
Cockatoo. Wasn't it? It was cockatoo, man. It was a cockatoo. We're going for cockatoo on that one.
Cockatoo.
Yeah, or a cockatiel.
I'll go along that line.
Starling.
Oh, well,
Hey.
you never
Oh,
know.
I nearly said a
Distant
starling.
relation. Did you?
No one likes
you?
starlings.
It's a cousin twice
I
removed.
like starlings. Nobody likes them.
Do cuckoo. 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 I do one of them. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Can you do a cuckoo? Cuckoo. Cuckoo. I never really tried animal sounds, have you? Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Why do people do impressions?
Dishes.
Well, perhaps some people got a gift for doing
Gift
it,
for
and
doing it.
they
They see.
They find it
Clever
strange
thing,
to
strange, yes.
do an impression of somebody so
Yeah. And I think
that they can copy it
the
so
public
well.
think it funny. It's funny, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's why.
I think I used to be able to
Yeah, because I mean,
like impersonate people, and I'm just trying to think who the hell it was because I can't remember.
try doing that now. As long as it ain't too long. That's not bad actually, that's not bad. But owls don't do that.
Yeah, you go, doesn't he? And then you think, well, what's
We've got
he?
it,
Somebody's
we've got
trying
it,
to
yeah.
send me a signal or
Yes,
something.
it's not a very
We
because
haven't heard
everything
it
is
for a while.
quiet, and
No.
I hear that.
Well,
and
like-
I don't
I like the sound of that.
The one you were
You
listening
like
to in
it?
Comder was cuckoosh to
No, that's
cuckoosh
not
to the
from-
pigeon.
Yeah, over here.
Oh, Frank Spencer.
Biddy, I'm having trouble. The cat's just done a whoopsies in my beret.
Can all do Frank Spencer?
Oh, I can do Victor Meldrew as well.
Go on then.
But I haven't done him for a long while.
Go on.
I don't believe it! What the bloody hell do you think this is? God's sake, I don't bloody believe it!
That sounds like a homosexual Victor Meldrew.
Well, he is, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah!
No.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
The neighbour's going to say them poor things have gone. They've gone round the
It's a
bend.
good thing
There'll be an ambulance
Oh,
arriving. It's taking us away.
His impressions are sometimes quite cruel, don't like it. Ah, yeah! It's being stupid now. That won't be used on the thing, will it?
The sound of the sea. Definitely. It's the sound of the sea. I find it really, really peaceful.
I think I have a very intimate relationship with water because I'm primarily composed of it. But I do think water is one of the great mysteries.
The sea, that black vastness, coupled with your imagination of the sea, and the fact that the sea has all these creatures that are from other planets, the vastness of the sea out there, sea monsters, and the dark. You're right against it, you know what I mean? We're right against it.
I have to say, I don't really like the idea of what's below. I find it a bit kind of like, ooh. It's like I think about how deep am I, or is there going to be kind of, yeah, you know, because I do swim quite a way out, but I have to say the further out, it's almost like testing myself or something like that. It's like, go on. Like, how far can you go?
You enjoy being buoyed up by it, but of course with every swell there's always a little dip at the other side, so that's something that you always have to check for and be aware of.
Oh, that's too clever for me, all of that stuff.
How is water water? It's an eternal mystery that every time I look at it, it just completely amazes me. It behaves unlike any other material that we've got on the planet. It has a property that nothing else has, which is a form of quantum coherence. But water seems to have the quantum coherence field moves outside of the molecule, and the water can be seen to be acting as a whole. And this is extraordinarily unusual.
I think it's a great medium. It's it supports you. It's fun. It's it's a beautiful environment to be in. So for me, I love water.
I don't love water. I'm scared in the water.
I was scared of the sea because it was really big, and I was really little, and it was just really huge, and it was cold, and it was unpredictable, and you'd get splashed and knocked over, and I got dumped a few times by the waves, and I didn't like that at all, not one bit, and it would all be in my eyes, and no, it wasn't very nice. But once I'd learned to swim, I was much happier, and now I can't. I always go swimming in the sea now.
I like swimming because you can lose yourself. You can be on your own. You have more space. It's nature. It's nice.
When I'm swimming on my front, I haven't still learned the technique of tilting my head to the side and taking in a breath. I take in a lot of water. That's the way it is. Seriously, I drink so much water that it is a danger to others.
Bobbing around in the sea.
I don't like bobbing around
in the sea. Yeah, I used to like bobbing around in the sea, put it that way, when we were younger, but I don't go now, so.
I'm an excellent swimmer, and I've got loads of badges, and I've won a few competitions. I've got life-saving awards and all sorts of badges.
I'd like to have something that kind of unfold out of your nose like a periscope. Like a periscope, so that when you went swimming, you could just shoot this periscope up, and you could just get air the whole time. That would be great. It'd have to be very long though, wouldn't it? Because if you're going 20 foot down or something.
Yeah, I think so.
I have a dualistic relationship with the ocean that I'm absolutely thrilled by and energised by it, but I'm made nervous by its immensity and its depth.
When you've been down, it's really deep down in the sea, it's when you're diving, and then you come up too fast. I think you get an air bubble in your head, and it decompresses your brain.
If I go too deep, you can have headache or So that's the thing about diving, It's not as free as people think, I think.
I don't like the idea of being underwater for too long. About a minute is long enough for me. As long as I can hold my breath and I want to be out of there.
If you get the bends, it can be quite narcotic. You can get a kind of narcotic effect. You don't know which direction you're going in, you don't know which is up or down, you don't know how long you've been in the water, you can't regulate yourself anymore. And I think it's it's really, really dangerous.
I've had altitude sickness, which is like the opposite, isn't it?
There's only a certain depth you can go to, isn't there, without your head exploding.
I think the sensation of lying on water and having the waves take you up and down is a very primal experience, and it's saying to me, you are tiny and insignificant, and I can sweep you away.
I've got severe motion sickness. It used to be pretty bad. I used to puke all the time, but now it's a bit better. And it's not a pleasant experience for me personally, no.
I don't like jellyfish at all. They frighten me. Don't like being stung by anything. Bees, wasps, jellyfish, any of that stuff. I don't like it.
No, there's nothing that scares me in the sea. Only the obvious floaty things which shouldn't really be there, to be honest.
I love the sea and I love swimming in the sea. I think the sea is really scary, man. It's a whole another universe in the sea, man. The sea is a big thing. All kind of things. And the thing is, actually, when you're in the sea, it's really interesting, that thing, when you kind of dive into the sea and you get in there and you go out there, you realise as a being, the being that you are, the species that you are, is you have suddenly fallen very rapidly down the food chain. You are no longer the dominant species. You are suddenly food.
I'm not afraid of anything because I gave up fear, but nothing scared me at all until somebody told me I should watch out for the sharks.
I'm okay with sharks. They have such a bad reputation. Everybody hates them. I don't know why. They are quite nice.
I just don't really like the idea of feeling like even fish, which is a bit dumb because obviously they're there. The bit that I really hate is when you get all that like that seaweed. Yeah, I suppose it is seaweed that it kind of like catches around, you know, that brown sort of like stuff like tagliatelle, but it's so big that kind of like wraps itself around. That's when I get a bit freaked out, and I kind of think I'd rather be in a swimming pool.
Would be too much, could you?
If I was attacked by a shark,
Right.
I would scream.
Oh, come on.
And I'd be dead.
I don't think you could do much, could you?
Well, it depends. If you had me by the leg, I'd be able to scream and scream. But if you had me on my throat,
We were
I
just
couldn't
talking
do
about
anything.
that now, that there's somebody on the
talk
news
about
of
that
somebody
because-
being attacked by a shark.
Crocodile.
A crocodile.
In
A
Australia.
crocodile in Australia. And I'm just going now.
Ooh. Sorry.
So I do have a real phobia about the water, don't I?
yeah.
Which is driving everybody mad now.
I'm quite low down in the food chain because there's no. I am. You ever think about this? How many things can eat me? Loads, isn't it? And you.
I've been under a lot of pressure lately.
I do everything in my power to avoid having to go out in the garden. It's just not my cup of tea at all. Boring, dirty, cold, wet, generally, out here. Do you want to say something, Mother? No, please don't. Just go back in your little... I do apologise.
Digging dirt up and then putting it on the compass. That's our favourite thing in the garden.
I love gardening. They say in the garden, it's the closest place to God, In actually, I'm waiting for a nice warm day so I can go and pull a few things up, you know what I mean? So it's like God, oh, hello.
I like gardening, but I'd like to do more. I'd like to have the time. I love to see things grow. I love to design things.
Well, a garden's a place for contemplation, isn't it? For reflection.
Gardening, eh?
Very apt. Well, we don't really know much about gardening, do we? We seem to get boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gardening, it's not an easy job. When you're digging all day, the old back tends to suffer at the end of the day. You make it as easy as you can, really.
I would call this a labour-intensive garden. Yes, it is.
Me and Nigel we like being out in the open more than we do actually indoors. I believe that anyway. Yeah. And I think what Nigel likes about it is he's got that sort of saying like, no, do it this way, and I think he likes that. But I think we get on quite well together. Sometimes you have a moan at me and that about it, but I mean, two minds are better than one. That's what I always say. Sure. But we make sure that the job is done, and it's done to the best of our capabilities, and the job is cleared, and the job is actually spot on when we leave.
We have a yard that Des is very nicely decked out, haven't we, Bob?
Yeah. Well, it's all right.
I really like it. It's got loads of sun, got some ornamental grasses.
It's quite small, but it's nice.
No, it's not that small.
Smallish.
There aren't many ponds in the neighbourhood. And certainly in the height of summer, when it gets quite dry, sort of any body of water attracts frogs from miles around. Sort of a Lonely Heart pond for frogs, yes. Sort of singles bar sort of thing, yeah.
I get a bird's eye view of some of the most extraordinary gardens. Sometimes it can be up one tree which has 8 gardens underneath it, and all the neighbouring gardens are gnashing their teeth about this big tree, and the person who owns the tree has a very defensive attitude towards it.
We've got a little bit of decking, and then a bit of grass, and sort of
And a bit of
loads
slabs.
a bit of slabs.
Yeah, just got everything.
I pay it, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slabs.
And you can dig dirt, grass, sheds, bikes, flat stones.
What's your favourite plant?
I don't have any favourite plants. I like all the plants, except vegetables. I hate vegetables.
I don't like any plants except vegetables.
You only say that.
No, it's true. I know. I quite
like olive trees.
I can't see the point of flowers, really.
I like a good-looking garden which attracts all sorts of living things into it, to be a sort of magnet for life. I like contrasts of form and colour.
And cat papu and dog papu. And bird papu.
It's that organic gardening, that's coming a long way, isn't it?
Yeah.
All people are sort of... I noticed in our gardens that we visit that there's a lot of people with their own compost heaps and that, putting their own sort of peelings and stuff like that.
Well, it's like that garden we done up in Portishead. That one at the bottom, she had all that black stuff, and we opened it up, it was jet
That's
black,
right,
remember?
Yeah.
And that was like when we done all the shrubs and that in her garden.
Yeah.
And that stuff was really good. And I mean that's good for organic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it all helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're about number one on the hit list of slugs. Crawling and sliming across leaves and eating. You know, not very good. You just following on, you just see these silvery trails.
I can eat almost anything.
Yeah, I think I'm the same too.
I won't refuse. And the only thing I don't eat is Turkish delight.
I like Turkish delight, see?
I can't stand it.
Yeah, I
and
like
lychees. Lychees.
Yeah, what don't I like? No, I think I like most everything. Yeah, Brussels sprouts and that, I like them, but the missus don't like it.
No, not
Not
at all.
after.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Slugs, in my opinion, they're ugly looking things, but they're probably eating other creatures, aren't they? So they're probably doing your garden good to leave them.
I don't think they are actually doing your garden good.
Are they not?
They're eating... If they eat your leaves
I
and
know
things,
nothing about
they can wreck
gardening.
your plants.
Can
That's
they?
why they make slug pellets.
Oh well, yeah, you're
They
right.
don't make worm pellets.
Silly old me, I know.
I suppose the next one along is a caterpillar, which seems a shame when you think a caterpillar turns into such a beautiful thing. But a caterpillar can make such a mess of a lot of plants, with leaves munched away again.
Yeah, I like the idea of like a good crop of potatoes or a good crop of beans and peas. Whereas flowers
Aren't useful.
I mean, they are.
They are.
They're useful in the sense that you
They're
can
pretty.
sit and enjoy it, but it's an awful lot of effort, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I must admit to having a very great affection for the plant that we call by the unfortunate name of dog's tooth violet. Sorry for that delay.
There is a shrub that I do like actually, and that's the burning bush. You ever seen them?
The burning bush?
It's called a burning bush.
A burning bush?
A burning bush it's called. And basically it goes green, and when it dies, goes to die off, it goes completely brilliant red.
Oh, like flames now.
Yeah, that's what they call it, a burning bush, because it actually goes from a nice dark green to a real burning red.
Red.
And that's called the burning bush.
It turns to ash?
It just goes to like branches, thin little branches, and then it goes green again and goes all over it again. But the tree never goes away; it stays there all the time.
All right.
So it's a bush that's there, and I should say a shrub, as well as a bush, what is there all year round.
Just mucky, messy, boring, rubbish.
It's got a shed,
Sounds
which I'm really
gorgeous.
made up about, because I've always wanted a shed all my life, and now I've got one.
To read pornography in.
Not to read pornography, to have a radio and listen to the football results with a paraffin heater in fingerless gloves.
It's not chocolate. It's not grass. It's not anything. It's dirt. I'm telling stories.
As I look down, I can see an empty beer keg standing beside a plastic bucket full of don't know what. And looking out further, a melange of undergrowth and rubbish and rocks and bricks and concrete and shoes, and then in the distance the marvellous vista of the motorway. It's like a dream come true.
What's the neighbourhood like round here, both of you?
Down in the ghetto, that's where the life is so cold.
We don't live in the ghetto. It's an inner city we live in.
It's an urban redevelopment scheme. The council really wants to know.
Urban.
You know what I mean?
Remember, state the word.
This is one of the best neighbourhoods you could live. The way it's handed to the centre of town, also to the local village at Stockton Heath. So I just love living here. I have done since the first day we moved in, especially because of the people who live around here. But that's, forget that bit.
I know it's not mine. It's beyond my wildest dreams because it's really upmarket. And I'm not kidding you, I would never have dreamt in a million years when I was in Newcastle, I would be living in a place like this.
It's
a lot better.
Much nicer.
Yeah.
Much nicer.
Lots
bigger.
Yeah. A lot
Bigger.
more
Much
room.
more spacious, yeah.
More garden.
Nice to have a garden, yeah.
And dare I say it, more than one loo.
Yeah.
My dream house would be like really modern day. There would be an elevator to go upstairs. So my feet get tired of going up to bed. I was just like, I have to keep on climbing it every hour.
That wall there, for about 3 foot up, was running with water when we moved in. And I was a long while trying to work out why.
No. No, what's a stupid question? Damn problem. No, I don't think so.
What do you mean by that, kind sir?
What do you mean, substance? Substance? What's a substance?
Subsidence.
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 Yeah.
Subsidence.
You're lean.
Yeah, I'm lean. Yeah, I've got a leaning problem. Yeah.
No, you mean if... What do you mean, Dad?
Subsidence? We don't get any subsidence here.
Nothing here at all.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I don't think we get it here.
I mean, some people lay stones on sand, but I don't agree with that. I lay stones on clay, which is what is underneath, and I use the Italian system of ramming it in sideways when it's moist, and then jumping on it. Jumping and jumping and jumping. You can actually cause yourself varicose veins if you do that.
It was built by boys who knew how to build houses in the 1950s, because that's built with brick. See? A lot of these houses you see now, they're just thrown up. This one was built putting one brick on top of the other. I think I'm here permanent now, absolutely permanent.
I've been here for over 2 years now.
Yes, I've been here about 2 years.
I've been here 4
I
years.
think I'm longer than you.
Yes. You would have, yes. I became...
I'm not sure how long I've been.
You were here when I came. I've been here 4 years. Roughly 4 years.
I can't remember.
Enjoyed
I
every minute
think
of
I've been longer than 2 years, I'm sure of that.
You have been, yes.
Well, it's just nice to know that there's, like, I come here and there's people like Muriel and a few hundred, well, a few.
Yes,
yes,
a few.
And they're all the same. We're all here for the same purpose.
Companionship,
That's it.
friendship, conversation. We talk about past lives sometimes, future. What we're going to do tonight.
Monday I wait for Thursday, Thursday I wait for Monday.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I know you
No,
didn't, but
mine
I
was
do.
I said to one of them, did you have a nice weekend?
But we did say that, I mean, we quite like it, don't we? We did say if we win the lottery, we'd put a swimming pool and we'd be quite happy here, wouldn't we? Like to somewhere sort of like warm in the winter and then come back here in the summer, because I do like it.
Spain.
Yeah, Spain.
Spain.
Algarve. Spain. Algarve.
I don't know, haven't really given it too much thought.
Big Miami would be nice.
I've noticed when you pass people down here and you're smiling, say good morning, you sort of wouldn't do that in Newcastle. In Newcastle, they would think you were soft. I mean, you just didn't do that. People just sort of walk past each other and bump into each other. But down here, it's just nice and friendly, and I like it. I mean, it's great.
It's friendly, although we don't mix. No, ain't the right word. We don't walk in and out of each other's houses, but everybody's friendly, everybody speaks when you see them. No, I can't think of anything I really dislike about it.
Well, you don't know what's around the corner, but I can't be doing with moving again.
Well, the shop's around the corner.
What do you mean, the shop's around the corner?
Well, there's the hairdressers, the shoe shop, the clothes shop.
What's that?
And there was a post office. Well, you said you never know what's round the corner, and I do. I do know what's round the corner.
Yeah, I'm not going to move no more. It's too hard to work, for one thing. This is where we are. We'll finish up here. I like it anyway.
What would I say I like about this neighbourhood? The views. I mean, the views are just sunset to sunrise, sunrise to sunset. Wonderful views. Yeah.
Here comes the rain. Oh dear. I think it'll go. Seems to be.
It'll just be a passing drop.
With the bedroom with a big leak in the roof.
No.
Which we don't know where it's coming from because nobody's bothered to look.
Because I like to call myself lucky. But having your house struck by lightning on the first day when you move in seems to me that ain't such a lucky thing.
I was wondering what you think about communication.
Communication?
It's a difficult one, that, isn't it?
Sorry?
I say that's a difficult one.
I wasn't listening.
No.
No.
Describe communication.
What is communication? Go on. Hey, that's a start, Smiles. We do speak the language of it.
You've got the easy bit.
And do you have the question again?
I remember the question.
I mean, the only thing that you can say about me is I speak lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, and sometimes you can see this in the face of the people that are around that I don't let them speak now.
You're Australian, not Australia, I know. I don't know what Russian or French. I don't know what he was. I think he come from a bloody broad, but he said a job of what he's bloody talking about half of the time. But he could speak a little bit of English, but not a bloody lot.
I just can't imagine that from an UG we've got, such a, like French, for example. French is very sophisticated, isn't it?
Well, French isn't actually as sophisticated as UG, if you ask me, but there you go, that's my view of the French.
There are people that say that the French, aren't very sophisticated, and there's other people that say they are, but an UG, if the French language came from that, it's a bit surprising, really, isn't it?
It would be UG, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There's a thing in Newcastle where everybody's called man, even a woman. If you're talking to a woman, you're going, "Howdy, man." I mean, if I'm talking to my mother, I'd say, "Who, man?" But I mean, that's my mother. My mother's not a man. But so doing here, I've said it a couple of times, and it just slipped out. I'll say, if it's a woman or somebody pushes in, they say, "Who, man? Who you pushing?" She, "I'm not a woman. I'm a man." I say, "Now you're a woman, man."
Urban is the new language. Look at bling. Who's saying bling now? Everybody! Bling!
It's not just about the language, though. There's body language, isn't there? Which is
there is body language, I suppose, which is universal.
And I can tell by looking at you right now that you're looking a little bit edgy, a little bit nervous. And even though I speak the same language as you, I didn't need to know that in order to tell that.
Would you agree that 80% of communication is non-verbal.
Just thinking about that one.
Well, you were looking at me then and communicating. You were frowning a little bit, so you were communicating, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
And I read your face to say that...
Yeah, I guess you could say, 80% is non-verbal.
Yes. Well, it's 100%, isn't it, if you're a North Sea diver mending oil rigs?
I'm not biting.
As far as communication goes when we're working sheep, it can either be vocal or whistle. So, to go left, and it goes round to the right, and that turns the sheep to the left. And that's how it works. It's communication between three different animals.
Now that's a cuckoo. That's a cuckoo that you can call a cuckoo in with that. That does that call twice, and then you have to wait, and the cuckoo that will reply back to you, and then you do it again twice, and that will bring the cuckoo all the way as close as you want. That you can call them in, and then of course you shoot them.
You know when a donkey's unhappy. If a donkey's bad-tempered, it will lay its ears right down like that. Bad-tempered. When they're happy, their ears are usually up or slightly forward like that. But if they're laid right down like that and they're swishing their tail like she is now, that's showing aggression. But their ears have got to be down right flat on their body to show aggression. But normally they're straight up again, like hers, look. They're straight up. Or just flopped out to the side. Like that, they'll flop them out to the side. You think they're up, but then they'll flop them out. But they're all up, pricked up, looking happy, like that. But that's the only thing, you've got to watch a donkey when she lays her ears right down like that.
Don't whisper things. Don't defeat the object.
Do you have like communication issues between you?
No. We just don't talk.
It's all about knowing.
I tend to be quiet, don't I? I don't do much or say much if I'm...
Or you go, if you're angry, Wayne, you go, You always know, and I say to Paul, oh, Wayne's got a grumpy on.
On your nose, look, see? Oh, that was a good one, wasn't it?
I always thought they were being aggressive.
No, that's showing affection. Now somebody should put your hand in her mouth, look.
I make noises usually in the place of words.
What kind?
You make up loads of
just
baby talk.
Yeah, in the middle of things and things like that. But you understand, don't you, Bab?
And you say things like, I banged my knee.
All right.
I wouldn't recommend everybody to do it, but no, you put your hand in your mouth. Yeah, show her your tongue. Let's see your tongue, come on. Show me your tongue, I want to see your tongue. There he is, look, I got him. Come on, I want to see your tongue. There you go, there's your tongue.
They don't mind you doing that?
No, I wouldn't recommend it, no, I wouldn't say you do it, but no, they just trust me, you say, that's what it is.
When you need communication, I mean, it doesn't matter that you don't speak the language or you don't speak because you are blind or you don't hear. I mean, it's something you need to live. You need to communicate. You need to communicate with someone. Something you need. Always there's something you need, or something someone needs and needs to communicate with you. So it's something really, it's really important. The communication is something.
You have to be positive. You have to talk. You must love one another. You must understand. You must communicate. You must read books. Yeah, for real, man. And we out. Peace. Yeah. Shut up, Brian. Okay.
How are I've been like that. I've been cut like some people cut me like that. And you know, how are you speaking to bloody fast? And didn't saw you talking too loud today. I can't hear what you've been talking about. Then the trouble, I used to turn around and boy, you must be bloody deaf then.
British food, I think, is first class. It's somehow clean, satisfying.
English food is very bland, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not terribly spicy, I'm not either.
Oh, no,
or I like the spices and the spices don't like me, you know what I mean?
No, I like spices. And I like all kinds. There's nothing around here anyway, is there?
The trouble with the foods we eat now, there's too much fat in them. And the worst thing that happens in this country, there's too many people eat chips.
Ooh, egg and chips, gammon, chip butties.
I mean, at lunchtime, instead of kiddies going down and buying a couple of apples or a couple of pears, what do? They go to the chip shops and buy chips. And when they get home at night, they have chips again.
You know, if I have too much chocolate, I get a bit fat and I put on a lot of weight.
Yeah, she eats really well for a diet. I mean, I pile the weights on and she piles it off. So I think what she loses, I gain.
I try and eat healthily.
And she eats brown bread and all the rest of it. Apples and bananas, you name it, she eats it.
The main staple diet for runners is...
We had, in fact, we had wild strawberries, little wild strawberries. And of course, if it was acorn time, you could always eat an acorn. And even the thistle, you could always peel the top off of the thistle.
Are you talking about food? I go to a restaurant, I like everything.
Everything.
You know, not one particular,
I
like a Mexican or a thing, that's no good for me.
There are one or two foreign foods I do have, rice pudding, proper pizzas, like some of the deep pan pizzas.
The crust on top, amazing, and then that gooey stuff inside. But that sort of poo is a lot healthier, horse poo and cow poo. Cow pats are fantastic to look at, though, with all those dung beetles crawling around inside them.
As long as it's filling and barely edible, I'll pretty much eat it. I'm always too hungry to be picky.
I didn't like to eat anything really that was contaminated by any insect. Although we'd put up with it when you're hungry. I never ate it, that I know of. may have done, I don't know.
Horse poo is very good, you know, but human poo and dog poo, that's poisonous, I think.
Yeah, but if you eat a bit of dirt, it don't matter, does
No,
it?
they reckon you eat a pound of dirt anyway. In your lifetime, they reckon you eat a pound of dirt. God. Without even knowing.
I used to go around the back of shops, supermarkets, going down the back of the skips to get
No
the
problem.
chocolates out. Yeah, I've eaten food that's been a week old and whatever. Anything from frozen to tins. I used to find all sorts of food in the skips. I was like liberating it.
And then there's elephant poo, which is enormous. And lion's poo, now that must frighten anybody off.
I don't catch flies because they eat poo, and I don't like poo.
Like eating dirt, you got your trace elements in there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, and it builds up your resistance to infection
Exactly.
as well. So it ain't a bad thing, I don't think.
Dirt on food. Dirt on what? Dirt on food can kill you. You can put one mouthful of dirty food in your mouth and you can be a goner. Can you ask me that question?
I think I've ate more lead shot than I've certainly ate oysters. I think that's probably, I don't know, it's probably why my brain's a bit funny, or, yeah.
Dog and cat food.
It smells absolutely disgusting,
Well,
doesn't
it's
it?
very strong.
Horrible.
It's very strong.
Oh, I don't think I'd like to eat a sheep's eyeball or an intestine of a cow or something like that. But if you've got all these sort of intestines and all these sort of, you know, not so appetizing bits of animals, then they mix it all up in a mixer and then they call it
I don't want to sound like a cannibal, but there again, we all went out for a meal and the chicken was so horrible. I could vomit all night and never stop. That was really, really horrible.
Horrible. Yeah, bloody milk cartons. Goes everywhere, milk, anything. There's too many bags in the world.
God help the people with arthritis.
Yes,
they open them.
they can't.
It's terrible.
Even to tea bags, even to get them stuck.
The
You know, it's
cellophane on it, you
ridiculous.
can't open it. The biscuits, you can't open it. All packages.
And a packet of ham, which I don't very well.
It's terrible. They're not, none of the
By
packages.
the time you open it, you don't want the ham.
No. Oh gosh, yes.
I hate seafood. I really, absolutely detest it. I did eat a fish once, about 2 years ago, and it was, I think they're disgusting.
Now, I you know, like prawns and all the shellfish, I mean, I know they're lovely, but I'm always afraid in case you get the one that will turn your stomach.
Whelks, mussels, that's like eating slugs.
Is it?
Oysters and stuff.
I've never tasted a slug.
Yeah, sliding down your gullet.
But you don't eat slugs,
like
do you?
eating a slug.
Well, how do you know when you've never had one?
That's how I would imagine it to be.
I love salads. Same as I'd rather have a salad than a roast dinner.
We eat a lot of salad in the summer, don't we? More in the winter.
Salt, a bit of tomato. Can't beat a bit of salt.
Can't beat a bit of lettuce.
Well, I mean, I feel very healthy. The only thing that I have problems with is digestion, and I don't know what is wrong with my digestion. I mean, it's just like I just fart all the time, you know?
I've got a windy stomach. So, like, a lot of things I would not eat if it would upset me. But other than that, no, I'm not a diet person.
Vegetarian is all right, but when they cut out everything, because some of them don't eat, well, they're vegans, is it? Vegans, I think that's hard.
I've been a vegetarian a long time, and when I'm angry, I sometimes lapse and just go and bite something that's made out of meat, and then I feel guilty afterwards.
Vegetarians, I think they're sort of trying to be better than the rest of us. You know, it's been proved, as far as I know, that the best thing to eat is a bit of yourself.
Actually, beans gives me wind and lemonade makes me burp.
What are you looking at?
Thank you very much.